Welcome everybody to a new episode of the CEOpeek, and today I'm with Warren Packard, the CEO of and founder of Thuuz. Hi Warren.
It's great to be here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I was in the venture business from 1997 until I founded Thuuz, and so I'm a bit of an accidental entrepreneur. I came up with an idea. I brought in some buddies and said, hey, let's try this on the weekends and weeknights. Next thing I knew, we had a company up and going, and I departed DFJ and we did this full time. We all quit our day jobs. We did this full time. And as you mentioned, we've been doing this for 7 years. What is this? The quick story is that we've built a personalization platform for the sports entertainment industry. We noted that personalization is rampant in episodic television, in movies, in music. Consumers are used to getting exactly what they want, when they want it, on their own terms. But that's not the world of sports, or that hasn't been the world of sports until Thuuz came around. And we've created a whole personalization platform to make sports more accessible, to measure excitement in games, to create automated highlight reels. But anyway, been doing that for 7 years. It's been a fairly long journey, but not at all a disappointing one at all. It's been very exciting. We're growing fast right now, and like I said, I'm sure we'll be talking more about it. As a venture capitalist for 13 years, I've been involved with the formation of dozens of companies, many of those from the ground up, a number of those that grew to be very large enterprises, went public, and so I had the opportunity to see companies go through those stages of maturation. I got the opportunity to see entrepreneurs either grow with the scale of the company or fail with the scale of the company. We hire individuals in here so that they can have a career here, and so we need to establish career paths. We need to make sure that the folks that we're bringing in at every level have a place to go and move and augment their careers, even here within the doors at Thuuz. They don't have to leave in order to advance. At this point in time, we're very strong, as I mentioned, in engineering, analytics, and product. Therefore, my role has been to do everything else in the company: sales, marketing, business development, customer success, finance, accounting, operations, human resources. As we grow the company, I need to shed some of these roles. And so right now, I'm working very aggressively to bring on somebody to run business development and sales for the company. And also part of that role will be to run the marketing organization. So I now need to find it within myself to give up control of those elements within the business and bring somebody else in so that I can then focus on the remaining elements, which will be finance, accounting, HR, and operations, but then also continue to grow my outward-facing initiatives. I'm actually reading a book called Nixonland right now, which is about the rise and presidency of Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon is no hero of mine. However, it's very interesting to read about that period of time, 1964 to 1972 approximately, and then compare it to our current time and see how the personality of Nixon and his rise and his way of governing were in some ways related to what's going on now in the current administration. As you're reading about a leader, Nixon was a leader, there's no doubt about that, whether you believe in his politics or not. There's lessons to be learned. There's lessons to be learned about what to do and what not to do. In this particular case, I think there's a lot of lessons about what not to do. And those are good. Those are good lessons. As you can, in fact, I think many times, as we know, you learn by failure. Well, you can also learn a lot by other people's failures. And so Nixonland's a very interesting book, not only for its comparison and contrast to modern day politics, but for those lessons that I learned. The other book that I read recently was the history of Alexander Hamilton, which was the book that empowered the musical Hamilton. Again, Hamilton made many, many mistakes in his career. But at the same time, his genius and his brilliance come through. And so you're looking at the mistakes that he made, you're looking at the success that he has, and not only that, the success that continues to to today.
That was an incredible insight. Thanks for your time and being with us today.
Yeah, absolutely, David. It's great talking to you.
Thank you.